Oh my god! Oh my god! What the flash? What the flash? What?
Hello, this is the tips and tricks section of the video. I'm going to be showing off the most consistent strats I use for the hardest jumps of this level, as well as some alternate strats you can try out. And so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into practice mode and I'm going to press the P key. This is a feature in the vanilla game that lets you see all the hitboxes. And you can see there's a lot of deceptive hitboxes, such as this mini spike. On the side of that spike, it's completely invisible. And the first jump I'm going to show off is this jump. It's both frame perfect and alignment dependent, and so what I'm going to show here is info label. You go into this menu, enable it, and you can see on the left side of the screen you have the X and Y position. We're going to be paying attention to the X position here, and there are two positions that work for this jump. There's X equals 366. This is the strat that I use. It's at the very edge of the platform. And basically what it is, it's a very short right tap into a jump, and that lets you get right through there. The alternate strat, and this is what G-Toast uses, is X equals 359. And this strat is also a frame perfect, but it's just a longer right tap. But both let you get up there, and they're both frame perfect. I prefer the shorter tap just because it's easier to get those two inputs close together into muscle memory, but both work the same. The thing you don't want to do is you don't want to freehand the alignment like this, because even your position being a fraction of a unit off can make the jump not work. Like this is now just completely impossible because my position is just ever so slightly shifted from where it should be, but going from the wall makes it consistent. The next jump I want to show off is this one. It's a little bit of a difficulty spike, not too difficult, but there are two separate strats I want to show off. First one I'll show off is my way of doing it. I like to go from here, get a small running start before I jump, and then I land on this mini spike edge right here. The reference I use for when I jump is when I'm about in the middle. It's not a very long right press, but you don't want to do it immediately because then you'll hit that ceiling. Yeah, just making sure you align right there and jump about in the middle. You should get it, and then you're just gonna have to improvise to land right on this edge. The other strat, which I haven't really done too much, but I know some other people like it, is you jump over the spike like that, and you have to at least jump early in order to not hit the ceiling, and you just go from here to the other mini spike and continue like that. For me, this jump is a little bit more inconsistent than getting the momentum, both trying to get the perfect height with the jump and also not slipping off the edge here. But I imagine if you practice it a lot, this can get into muscle memory. So try both strats out and see which one's more consistent. Next jump I'm going to be showing off is this pink pad. You have to bounce off of it while avoiding the ceiling. And so there are two strats for this. The way I do it is I jump and immediately tap right. Just barely hit that corner there and go up onto that right platform. The alternate strat for it is you jump up and go to the left and kind of wrap around the platform. So that looks like that. I think they're about both the same difficulty as far as timing goes, but I like to do it with the faster input. It just works better for muscle memory for me. And so once you practice this for a while, you should get quite consistent. So now we're on to the two hardest jumps of the level. Firstly, we have this jump into the yellow portal, and the thing you need to know about this is that a normal jump won't actually reach it. You need to do what's called a bunny hop. So you jump once and then you buffer a jump off the ground, and for whatever reason that makes you go slightly higher up, which lets you reach the portal. And as far as actually getting up to it, there are two strats. There's a strat that me and G-Toast use, which is to go between the spikes, and the inputs just look like that. It's a very small jump off the edge, and then getting momentum onto the very edge of that middle block, and then releasing left so that you just go between the spikes. The alternate strat that some people like is to not go in between at all and to just go up on the right side, because if you look at the hitboxes, I don't know if you can tell, but the hitbox of the portal is actually hanging slightly over to the side of the spike. So if you get just perfect positioning, you can actually go up on the side like that. I find this very inconsistent. It's very position dependent. It probably is frame perfect no matter where you do it from, but some people struggle a lot with this strat going through the middle. I really do recommend trying to grind out the strat that I use. It seems more difficult at first, but eventually you do lock in the muscle memory for it. And now lastly, this is the final hard jump of the level. It's a little bit hard to explain, especially because you can't really see your robot, but I'll just try and demonstrate it here. Okay, so I just did it there. One thing you want to know is that there's these hitboxes on the bottom of these blocks. So firstly, you have to make sure you avoid those. So I do that with a short left tap once I get between those horizontal spikes. The second thing you need to know is that just hitting the portal isn't actually enough to get up. You won't have enough momentum upwards, and so you won't reach the platform. What you actually need to do is you need to hit the upper corner of it. And so the way you do that is you need to get between the portal and the block, and you want to go to the left to hit it from the side. And so again, I'll try and demonstrate. Okay, so I just did it there. So to recap, you do that left press to avoid the hitbox below that block, and then you need to do a really short release because otherwise you're going to hit that portal from underneath. And then you repress left in order to get momentum into the side of the portal and to land up here. It's very, very RNG and inconsistent at first, but you really just have to practice it a lot and eventually it'll lock in the muscle memory. This, in my opinion, is the hardest jump of the level right at the end, so you kind of just have to get lucky with it.